What's going on, guys? Andrew here, aka the Overly Critical Critic, here for a Suicide Squad movie review. This one's gonna be pretty quick. I have some notes here that I'm just going to reference, and as you can tell, I'm doing this on my phone, pretty impromptu, pretty basic. Leave a thumbs, leave a like down there in the description if you like the headband or if you like the review, and let me know what I should review next or anything. I know this review is a little late. Maybe you've already heard some reviews for the Suicide Squad, but regardless, give it a quick listen. It's not going to be too long, and let me know how I did or what you think I could do better. So, Suicide Squad. Premise of the movie: Amanda Waller. She works for the United States government. She brings a bunch of supervillains together. She has Batman capture them, The Flash, a bunch of superheroes. She has them in this facility, and she puts them on a team, and they're titled the Suicide Squad because if they disobey their orders, they have a chip in their neck. I almost said brain. In their neck, and if they disobey, their head will blow up at a press of her remote control button that she has. And so that's pretty much the thing. You got Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Jay Hernandez plays El Diablo, and a few other cast members rounding out the Suicide Squad. And overall, I think it was a decent flick. I mean, there were definitely its shortcomings, and those are pretty apparent by the end of the movie. Spoilers, Jared Leto's Joker was absolutely horrendous, but we'll get into that more a little bit later into the video. And, it was okay. There definitely could have been a lot more going for it if they just kind of explained it a little bit better. And if they, led up to plot points, but I felt it was a little rushed in their delivery, even for being a two-hour movie, 2 hours and change, I think. I don't know. So, but before we get into some of the cons that I think ruined the movie, let's get into some of the pros. So, Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, was, I thought, really good. It wasn't fantastic. It was a little odd at some points, but it was definitely really good. And she was 100% one of the highlights in the movie. She was everything that Harley Quinn was supposed to be. She's childish, she's zany, she's overly sexual, and she played a really, really good character. And I really appreciated that about Margot Robbie's character. I thought, she had this really good devotion to the Joker, which is, pivotal to the Harley Quinn character, and she did really well, at least in embodying who Harley Quinn is and what she brings to the table. She left the team for the Joker, which I thought was a really good moment in the movie. The Joker came to rescue her. He disabled her thing in the neck, so her head couldn't explode, and she ran off with him, even though she called them all her friends. And I thought that was a perfect Harley Quinn moment. She's devoted to the Joker. She loves him. Time to go off. And that right there really just set it for me. And then, second of all, Amanda Waller, who led the team and created the team, she was perfect. She was really dark, serious, no emotion to her. She was a kind of let's get down to business type of woman. And I thought the actress that portrayed her did very, very well. I actually don't know who her actress is. I'm going to look that up real quick. Let me just do that. Suicide Squad. Casting. Let's see. It's Viola Davis. Viola Davis did a great job. So, really good for you. And then the last little bit is that it gave a little bit more of a background to Batman, and it introduced the Flash for a very split second, which I thought was good. Justice League is one of the DC, upcoming movies for the DC universe, and I thought, you introduce the Flash was a pretty smart an idea. So let's get into some of the cons. One of the biggest cons for me, and I think one of the biggest cons for a lot of people, is that The Joker by Jared Leto is just not good. I think it's a little tough after Heath Ledger's Joker to really reinvent the character, because Heath Ledger did such a great job, but at the same time, Heath Ledger did such a great job in a dark universe. The Dark Knight was a dark movie. It had those dark, undertones to it, and it was very gray and it was very dreary, and he just did a great job. And so Suicide Squad from the very get-go was just a little bit more colorful. It was a little bit more, upbeat, even for such a, a grim premise such as the Suicide Squad. But I don't know. It's just that everything that the Joker embodies, Jared Leto he couldn't get down. So his laugh was just a little over the top. It was like ha 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 ha, and it was creepy, and it wasn't creepy in the way, and it wasn't menacing in the way that the Joker should be. It was just, it sounded fake. It just sounded used, and it wasn't very good. Another big part of the Joker is that he finds that Harley Quinn is dispensable, if that makes sense. Disposable. And so, but a running plot point through the movie is that he keeps trying to find her, which is weird because that's not what the Joker is supposed to be. Harley Quinn is supposed to go back to the Joker, which she does and she shows, but the Joker keeps searching for Harley Quinn, which I thought was just a way for the directors and the producers to put the Joker and make him a prominent character into the movie without it being so ludicrous. But at the same time, it didn't make sense with the Joker character. You know, the Joker character is sadistic. He's mean-spirited. He has this really fucked up sense of humor. But if he keeps going back for his girl, it humanizes him. And the Joker doesn't embody that. The Joker embodies, you know, sadistic tendencies. And so, I don't know. It wasn't up to snuff what I thought. It doesn't have to be a Heath Ledger. Jokers going forward don't have to be Heath Ledger, but they definitely have to bring a new aspect to the Joker character. You need to be sadistic. You need to be cold while still cracking a joke. You know, there's a seriousness behind every Joker's action. You know, when he betrays one of his squad members and he shoots him in the head, or somebody he's working with, you know, he may laugh, but there's always a sense of seriousness behind it. And I haven't read too many of the comics. I don't really know. I'm just basing this off what I've read on maybe the characters wiki, or what I have read on this channel I watch called Comics Explained, which I think is a really good comics channel for all of you that want to watch or learn about comics. Another thing that kind of bothered me about the Joker is that at one scene he had this really weird ritual set up on the floor, and he had the smile on his face but in black permanent marker. And when I saw that, I looked at it, I looked at my friend who I saw the movie with, and I was like, dude, this sucks. Why not just have the red smile? Why put it in permanent marker? And then he did this really stupid laugh, and Jared, they need to find a new Joker. If they do a Suicide Squad 2, or if they do another movie with Harley Quinn and the Joker, you need to get rid of Jared Leto. Just find a replacement. He's not that good. Find someone better. There's definitely better people out there. Now to sum up some of the rest of the points, Killer Croc looked like a pussy. I'm going to be pretty blunt with you. Killer Croc was menacing, but he was just kind of weird. He didn't really do too much. Yeah, he was able to pick up bad guys and throw them across the room, and that was cool. And when the guards tried to fuck with him, he kind of, you know, he tossed them like they were nothing. But he was kind of a pussy. He looked pretty slim, I mean. And just, honestly, there was nothing really to him. And then at the end of the movie, when everybody got a one wish of theirs, Harley Quinn wanted an expression machine. Will Smith wanted to see his daughter. Killer Croc asked for BET, and then he got a plasma screen TV in his swamp cave thing. I was just thinking, what? Come on. BET, Killer Croc. You can have almost literally anything besides your freedom that you want, and you ask for BET? You're a pussy. Will Smith as Deadshot was good, but if you've seen a Will Smith movie in the past 10 years, that's pretty much what you're going to get from this role. He really doesn't differ from it. There is this serious personality that he has in I Am Legend, and then there's this humanizing fatherly effect that he has on Harley Quinn, kind of like The Pursuit of Happiness. So if you mix those two characters together, you get Deadshot, Will Smith as Deadshot in this movie. The villain, known as the Enchantress, was weak as shit. It was actually like, I had no idea who the Enchantress was, and they didn't do a good job of explaining it. She kind of just was a woman that was possessed by this curse that she found exploring a temple in the jungle. And so she was possessed, and then when she said Enchantress, she would turn into the cursed lady. And then one night, she got her brother's rune thing from Amanda Waller, who had her heart, which was able to control her. And then they just kind of went on a rampage. It didn't really make any sense. It kind of went from 0 to 100 real quick. It was like Amanda Waller was saying Enchantress can do all these things, and she got these government documents. And then the next moment, Enchantress was plotting to destroy the world. And so there was really, it really went by really fast, and there just needed to be a little bit more of a progression and a better sense of speed, I want to say. I don't know. Or pacing, rather. One of the heroes was Katana, who barely got an explanation. She barely even got an introduction. And the plot barely explained anything at all. It just, as you can tell, Suicide Squad had its good qualities in Harley Quinn and Amanda Waller and even Deadshot and some of these other things, but its shortcomings were just so apparent that it was sad that they didn't take this into consideration, especially after what I consider flop of Batman vs Superman, where it had really weird story aspects and really terrible explaining. But I think Suicide Squad is a step up from Batman vs Superman, and I'm excited for where it takes the DC landscape. But other than that, I'm just not too excited for what DC has to bring to the table. I think Justice League is a movie that if they don't bring it to the Avengers and they don't try to recreate that, it could be a really good movie. DC going forward has to understand that they're not Marvel, and they're not going to be able to be Marvel. Marvel is this cutesy company who makes these really action-packed movies that have these heroic, undertones to them, and it's a pretty straight formula. You understand, you have the good guys, you have the bad guys, you have the battle, and then you have some sort of resolution. And DC seems to should either take a darker tone or should take an opposite tone. Yeah, it could follow a similar structure, but they have more to work with. I think some of the DC villains are a little bit better. They have Darkseid, they have Apocalypse, I believe. And they have Lex Luthor, who, if it's not played by Jesse Eisenberg, would be so much better. But you know what? We'll get into that into another video. But Suicide Squad, personally, I don't think it deserves the hate. It doesn't deserve the really weak criticism. Let's see what it has to say about its critical response. Yeah, it doesn't deserve this 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. It really doesn't. It deserves like a 50, like a 55, because it really brought what Batman Superman lacked into, I think, a better movie with obvious shortcomings. So that's how I feel about it. Let me know how you feel about the movie. Let me know if you agree with some of my points, and let me know how my reviewing style is. I know it's a little bit impromptu. I'm holding my phone right now, so it's a little bit shaky. There's a fan going in the background. But, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you guys soon to talk about either a movie, a video game, some music, or, whatever we have. So, catch you guys later.